Welcome everybody in roller derby land to where are we? The British Championships 2018 promotional playoffs here in beautiful Stoke. That's the best Stoke accent that I could manage.
That's a brilliant Stoke accent.
Thank you.
Yes, we are here in lovely Stoke,
nice.
Newcastle-under-Lyme.
The other Newcastle. I'm very cherry and I've been joined by my one-time league mate.
There you go, James Brown. They said it would never happen again. They said they couldn't get two megastars like us in the same place.
But they've paid the big bucks.
They've paid the big bucks.
It's like getting the Rolling Stones back together. Here
Cup of coffee and a packet of corn sausages.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what we're worth. And we've been joined, as our producer is Dork Mistress. Hello and thank you. You won't hear her, but you will hear her stats because
you'll be able to sense her presence.
You can sense her stats because, let's face it, James and I aren't going to work them out.
I can't count, so... You know.
But what we can do is bring you the rosters here for this exciting game here. Game number 6, as we have a Rebellion Roller Derby taken on Royal Windsor Roller Girls. And it is my pleasure to bring you the team in black, which is Rebellion Roller Derby. And we have 00 Vicky Vale, 10 is Steph Sentence, 13 Boris, 1865 Unleash Her, number 2 is Doyle, 20 is Rackham Ralph, 313 Ginger Snaps, 33 Jess Atomic, number 4 Miss Jeeves, 455 Booty Vicious, 626 Moonshine, no Cherry, 69 got that one right, Hench, number 7 Extra Celestial, number 8 Drew Dropper, and number 8 Tina Turd Her, and that is Rebellion in the black.
And in the white today, Royal Windsor Roller Girls, aka Who Dares Windsor.
Oh, nice.
Number 10 Tash Bandicoot, number 112 Fletcher, number 118 Naz T, number 121 Lovelock, number 13 Head Casey, number 20 Culverhouse, number 222 Riley Cyrus, number 225 Asterix, number 25 Jamelia, number 40 Hips and Gravy, number 67 Lactalis,
do it whatever you think though.
Number 88 Frost, number 9 Rosie Rocket Pants, and number 91 Timony.
That was very beautifully done, James.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it muchly. So we've got 22 seconds-ish to go until the roller derby action will happen. This game is extremely important because we are playing for a ticket into the playoff final, if you will, which will be tomorrow. So this will be tomorrow at 4:30. Thank you, Doug, telling me what's going on the roller derby city track, which for you guys watching at home is the track you're watching.
Yeah.
So no need to go on the other track, just one body. Lovely track, but we're not interested. Stay here, James.
I intend to, at least for the next hour. You've got me and VC. Yeah, and that rhymes, so it has to be true.
It has to be true, kids. Big jam start thingy whistle there from our beautiful officiating crew, which we will read to you very soon. For some reason, we have officials having fun. We need to get rid of that straight away.
We're not into that.
Please stop. You're making everyone sad. All right, so the jam is underway. Obviously, we have got the same camera angle that you guys have at home. We don't know who the jammers are because we can't see their backs.
It looks like Boris jamming for Rebellion, and Boris jamming against Tash Bandicoot. Boris with lead.
And not only lead, Boris there is your active and only jammer on the track as Tash Bandicoot going for a sit down in the penalty box. Right, so as long as Tash and Boris are our jammers, we're good. We know who is whom.
We know exactly what's going on.
Sweet, we got this. Let's go and have a cup of tea.
Yeah, easy peasy. Boris slaloming through for a 5-point pickup.
Yeah, first points on the board there go to Rebellion. Just taking a little second there to enjoy the jamming / offense that we can see here from Rebellion at the front of the track. Beautiful tripod being built by Royal Windsor.
Boris off track, recycling. Tash with the star in hand, but back on track now. Looking for some space on that outside line. Taking a bit of a nudge. Meanwhile, Boris through for what looks like another 5 points to Rebellion.
Yeah, 15 points already on the board for Rebellion. Boris and crew are going to be very happy with that start that they have cracked out already. Big hit there, delivered by number 20. That is, no, it's not. It's the other one, Wreck-'em Ralph. when there's the same number on both teams, there's no hope.
Yeah, none at all.
Well, I mean, there's 50% hope, isn't there? Which, for my life, is perfectly fine.
No.
What?
There's no hope.
Oh, wow, James. Hit me with the truth bomb, why don't you? And it looks like we've had a star pass there to Riley Cyrus for Windsor. Well, star is in hand, and Riley is the jammer. Didn't quite make it to the royal crown.
Oh.
See what I did there?
I did see what you did
Windsor.
there. It was very impressive.
Thank you. Oh, it was quite cute. We just did a little smile at each other.
We did.
We're clever. What's this happening here? Pivot line.
Pivot line.
Radar pivot line.
The radar pivot line.
Oh, actually, radar is the jam line. We decided in the last game that the pivot line was very cherry pivot line.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
I know, yeah. I mean, I'm not paying for it.
You could tell you got the big bucks sponsoring the pivot line.
Big book. This isn't big books. This is Windsor.
Ah, sorry. Get the two confused.
Oh,
eh?
Extending
the joke. Extending
just
the
let
joke.
the joke die.
Never.
So in black, jamming for Rebellion. That is number 88, I believe. That is number 8. Sorry, that is Drew Dropper. Don't know.
Can't see
we
the
both
shirt
tried to
number
look
of
at that number there.
the Windsor jammer. Too fast. Moving too fast.
Too cool for school. But Drew Dropper, we know who they are, coming up against the formidable 2-all of Windsor at the front, but it's no
Fletcher.
good.
Sorry.
If in doubt, just say one random word.
That's the name.
I'm
Fletcher
going to say
jamming
that
for
to you in
Windsor.
your sleep one day.
Apologies.
James. Fletcher. I am loving these jam pivot line starts because we haven't seen them for so long. But I say that, and will correct myself, because we have seen some high-level teams banging them out in recent roller derby situations.
Hey, look, it's retro. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, now they're going back because they heard me talk about it.
That stuff's in now.
It is. Like,
you know, like the fashion, it cycles.
like bum bags.
Yeah, sure.
Or fanny packs, if you're listening
If
from
you're
America.
American,
Hello.
yeah.
Not sure what they call them down under, but I think I'll leave that for your own jokes at home.
I think they call them Roo pouches. Ginger Snaps was the jammer for Rebellion there.
Yeah, so apologies that we're not getting
Yeah,
the jammer information to you as quickly as we would like to, being the professional outfit that we are. But we can't say. What we can see is what you can see. We're in it together, folks at home. All in it together. Let's hold hands, light some candles, have some tea. We're in it together. And also in it with us are our fantastic officials, and your on-skate officials are headed up today by McFarlane and joined by 3 crew: Saz, Cat's Eyes, Frodo Buddins, Sui, Sven, and Knight of Nye, or Nin, or Ni. Ni, thank you, Door Mistress. Correct me, I went through 7 different sayings and still got the wrong one. Typical, like men.
So
I'm joking.
I think we've got Extra Celestial and Tash Bandicoot jamming on this one.
Did you see some numbers, James?
I didn't. I looked over.
Oh.
Do you
You're
know what
not
I mean?
allowed to look over the back. The
Sorry. But I'm a rebel. I do what I want.
rebel without a cause.
Exactly. I've
Love
got a
it.
cause. It's Rebellion.
I love it.
Are they called Rebellion? No,
No,
I don't sound
we're stretching
impartial.
these out a bit,
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
we? Stretching out their lead, though, is Rebellion, who have had 100% of leads so far. 34 taking on 1 for Royal Windsor. Although Dort Mistress did tell me before this game that Rebellion have won all of their games. Literally no one can stop them. Team USA, Team Australia, Team everyone. These are all lies, obviously. They've only been playing within their tier and they've beaten everyone. So they are looking like the tasty favourites today. Imagine beating everyone in your tier. That is a subliminal shout out to Central City Roller Derby. You know I had to get one in once, so hello to you all at home.
Booty Vicious jamming for Rebellion against Fletcher for Windsor. Booty Vicious with lead.
Have a look over the border. Oh, I'll take a picture so you can all at home, you can all see how we can't quite see everything. So as I said, we're watching what you're watching. Unless, of course, you've got us on audio only and you're, I don't know, feeding the cat or something.
Yeah.
Riding a pony.
Cats need food too. Of course, if you want to see Very Cherry's photograph, check out her social media. And if you have social media, get in touch with us using the hashtag #BritishChamps.
Let's take a selfie, Jones. Come on.
Oh, but I don't like...
Hang on, we've got to take one so people can see the barrier. Beautiful defence there from Rebellion at the front of the pack, denying Windsor a chance to get through. I believe we are going into a nothing. There was just a lot of noisy whistles. Some
penalty confusion there, I believe. One of the Windsor blockers leaving the track, being told to return by Sven Will I Be Famous.
Because the box is full. Still, everyone's got their arms in the air, looking a little bit confused over in the penalty box, but I'm sure we'll get that sorted out. And it gives me a chance to give you some shout outs to our partners here. We've got Capital Badges, Events and Medical Services, and Ruby Fury.
Boris jamming again for Rebellion.
Are they up against Tash Bandicoot? Because then we know what's going on.
Timney jamming for Windsor.
Jammer on jammer action almost at the back of the pack there, Boris and Timney. But it is Timney who gets through. Lead is sitting with Boris currently as we have 39 taken on 5. And Rebellion carry on their lead of 6 out of 6. Thank you, Miss.
Yeah, Nasty just taking the pace out of the approach from Boris there with a little shoulder check.
No pat being called by the referee, who, as you will see on your screen, looks like a massive blue boulder's going to fall on their head. Don't worry, we've pat tested everything. It's all fine.
Phew.
You know, I mean, I pat tested it, so I don't know how safe you feel.
I trust you. You pat tested my toaster. I've had no trouble with that.
And you've had a lot of crumpets since. All right then, so back to the action on track and not what James has been having for breakfast. Wonderful jamming there from number 13, Boris. But I think they are being called off for a track cut thanks to the crafty arms of Trey Cool. I say crafty because he's a man of many crafts. He's not like a sneaky ref.
I thought you meant sneaky.
I did not. Do not send me a cease and desist, Trey. We're all good.
So Timney with the power jam. 5 points picked up by Timney and Windsor.
Yeah, so big jam here for Windsor. 22 points already on the board for them. Power jam still in play. Couple of seconds left in the jam though, dying seconds. As you can see, I just realised that you guys have a timer on the screen. I'm used to WFTDA, darling. It's all down the bottom. I'm joking. Derby Duck, you're doing a fantastic job. Thank you. They didn't throw anything at me, so we're all good. Back in business. 51 taking on 27. And we are into a timeout situation, which is great because we can have a quick timeout and I can work out what I'm saying. People are coming round, check that we're doing stuff. Penalties, James. Let's have a look at that penalty board. Oh, and it comes up on the screen.
As if by magic.
Seamless.
As if by magic.
Oh. So, Rosie Rocket Pants, Rosie Penalty Pants, I'm sorry to say.
Hey.
Sorry, Rosie, but that just worked out really well. So, as you can see, highest penalty count is for Rosie, number 9 for Windsor with 3. Couple of ones here, there and everywhere, but, I mean, pretty low, James. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, very happy with it. Comparatively, Rebellion with only 3 penalties. And, you know, I think the penalty trouble is reflected in the score line currently.
Would you say that Rebellion rebel against the penalty box?
It seems that way.
They don't want to hang out in there because they're too cool, because they're dead rebellious. Where are Rebellion from?
Do you mean the word rebellion? Where did the word rebellion originate from?
No, you're not. Geographically.
Milton Keynes, off one of the roundabouts in Milton Keynes. There's loads of them.
Yeah, sorry. In our announcing crew today, we've got Birmingham and Wales, so we don't know.
And Wolverhampton.
Oh, sorry, Wolverhampton.
On,
Bilston, give it. What's your postcode?
Whiskey Victor 14-0 Tango November.
I mean, you didn't need to get the whole thing out. I
I
just
don't
meant, like,
know. Send me stuff.
Doom.
You can send me stuff.
And we are back to the action on track. We have got number 8. That is Drew Dropper, sorry. And number 10, Tash Bandicoot, up for Royal Windsor. 51 taken on 27. 20 minutes left to go in this first half. Everything to play for, James. This game, I wanted to say there's actually a reason, but that makes me sound horrible. But like this,
it's all the marbles. This one is for all the marbles.
Oh, nice.
You know.
I once got in trouble because I did a juniors game and I said, "What's the point of this game?" And I meant, like, "What's the tournament?" And I got a 20-minute rant from one of the mums about how junior roller derby is very progressive, which of course it is.
It is,
but
yeah,
not
yeah,
what
yeah.
I meant. So yeah, exactly as James said, if you do not win this game, you've got to take your marbles and go on home. Well, actually, you won't have any marbles, will you? Because you'd have given them to the other team. Oh, but you can't go. I mean, you can go home today.
Yes.
But you've got to come back tomorrow to play a third, fourth game.
Yeah.
What would I do without the wonderful producer, Dortmund's just telling me, literally jabbing me with a pen?
Keeping you in check.
I know, you showed my
Keeping you in
Jiminy
check.
Cricket on the shoulder of my massive Pinocchio nose.
I've been told that you, unless you're stabbed with a pen, you won't pay attention. So.
Let's pay attention to what's been going on track, James, because I think we went on a tangent that started with Bilston and ended with Pinocchio.
Dew Dropper with the lead for Rebellion. And looking to squeeze through those Windsor blockers is Dew Dropper. Just one blocker at the front of the shop for company. Easily round Lactalis.
Windsor losing another blocker to the penalty box there. So Rebellion will be starting in the pack advantage situ. Oh, and I can read out our non-skating officials. I thought I'd forgotten somebody. So, hello to our wonderful off-skate officials, non-skate officials, whatever you want, the ones in the trainers. So we have Sarah Tonin, we have Ace Scrimmer, Cluster Schmuck, Fatal Attraction, Levitation, Brian Terror, Pancake, Annika Weiss, Gaston, Restless Bitch Face, ooh, Thermokiller, Skate Ski, and Ginger Snaps, which is not to be confused with Ginger Snaps 313 for Rebellion.
Who is jamming currently and lead.
Seamless.
Yeah.
All right, I'm having a rest after that. Rebellion 100% lead so far. 100%.
Well,
Is it possible to see one team get 100% all game? Will we see this, James Brown?
well, you know, Homer Simpson once. Was it Homer Simpson or Al Bundy? One of the two.
They're
once
quite
bowled.
similar.
They are. Once bowled a perfect bowling game. So anything's possible.
It is indeed.
You know.
If the Pin Pals can do it, Rebellion Roller Derby might be able to do it.
Exactly.
But maybe Royal Windsor might come in with an upset, which we would also quite like to see.
And if there is going to be an upset, it will start with 2-2-2. Riley Cyrus jamming for Windsor right now.
Not anymore. Sorry, I moved my microphone then to drink some coffee and then didn't put it back again. Right, I'm just having a look at what else is going on, but all I can really see is Ratty. I don't know what he's doing.
So Rebellion have one blocker in the penalty box.
Add them up for me, Dork Mistress. You know I can't read numbers. No, I got you. So, Windsor, the other team, have only scored in 2 jams, but one of them, they did score 26 points. So I do think that is worth mentioning. Because Boris was in the box. I wasn't going to say that, Dork Mistress, but you say it.
Fletcher jamming for Windsor, looking to put some more points on the board for Windsor. But Extra Celestial lead for Rebellion now.
So Rebellion are continuing their 100% jam streak thing. I got distracted because I can see my husband buying stuff.
Maybe he's buying you a present.
Well, I doubt it because he's wearing it.
Maybe he's just wearing it in.
It's not a pocket money day.
I
But
know.
he is making full advantageous of our wonderful vendors that we have on site here. So if you want to come and check some of these out, get on down here tomorrow, James. This is a 2-day affair.
It
Not
is.
an affair, sorry, that's not the word I would
Whoa.
use.
Whoa.
Sorry, Helen and Stephen. So our wonderful vendors on site include the Grunge Monkey, Just One Body, roller dirty soaps, dirty jeans, everything's dirty. Double threat skates, like my mind, Scully Bunting and Roller Derby City. So grab yourself a ticket for tomorrow, get in the car or on the tram, fly, carry a pigeon, whatever you got to do, folks. Get
Why don't
here.
you run like Forrest Gump? Booty Vicious jamming for Rebellion. Head Casey jamming for Windsor.
Rebellion still with their 100% league
Yeah, Booty
lead.
Vicious lead now.
Everyone's just skating under the balcony, so we don't know where they went through.
Trying to get out the LOS.
LOS.
Line of sight.
Oh, James.
Yeah, technical terms.
Lovely. A nice technical play here from Rebellion, dragging Windsor back to the line. What is it? The no line of sight, the out of sight, out of mind. What we're calling it?
Line of sight.
Line of sight. Dragging them into the line of sight.
And now Rebellion in on an offensive shift, trying to make some space for Booty Vicious jamming at the front of the shop, driving against the three wall of Windsor, who are looking to put a stop to the Rebellion momentum.
Wonderful defence there from the Rebellion wall. Big hit there from Hench, number 69. I was just getting ready to give them a shout out because they have the best number ever, as we all know. I've actually seen that Hench has got some t-shirts on site with their number on it, so I mean I might have to have a word.
Yeah, why not?
What would your number be if you were a roller derby player?
5950.
You've thought about it?
Oh, it's just the only number that's relevant to me.
Why, what number is it?
It's like a...
Your house number?
Yeah, I live at 5,950.
I don't know.
It's like a... it's the style number for fitted hats.
What?
It's a new era. The fitted hat is called a 5950.
Oh, okay. I'd like to point out they're not one of our sponsors today, so other headwear
Yes.
is available for your
Certainly is.
beautiful bumps. Oh, Windsor have got lead, James.
There we go.
Stop talking
There
about
we go.
hats.
The streak is
Fletcher.
broken.
You said their name in your sleep and now they have become lead.
Yep.
So Fletcher has become lead jammer over Boris. Lovely turn of play for Windsor. Whoosh.
And with that, Rudger Hauer shall no longer turn into a wolf by night, and Michelle Pfeiffer shall no longer be a hawk by day. The curse has been broken. Lady
Michelle
Hawk.
Pfeiffer.
Lady Hawk.
I don't
Great
know what
film.
you're talking about, mate.
Great film.
I'm more of a, Lion King, Apocalypse Now type of person.
I can watch all three of those films.
Let's do it next week. What are you doing? What are we doing next week?
I mean, I'm busy. Sorry, Jerry. Sorry to spurn you on a live stream, but
Damn.
I've got plans, mate.
If anyone is free and would like to come and watch films with me, hit me up because I'm
Desperate.
clearly just been burned.
Do you drop her jamming for Rebellion? Head Casey is the Windsor jammer.
12 minutes left to go in this period. 86 playing 27. Not as low scoring as the game we just saw previously, but again, this has been quite a nice low scoring game. I was talking to our tournament head announcer, Roller Polar Bear, just recently, and we were saying how we've had kind of like 50% close games and 50% like, wow.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff.
So lead jammer for Windsor
2 in a row.
and Head Casey. So Windsor building up a streak of their own now.
Yeah. Are
Okay.
we going to see a turn of fortune at
Perhaps.
Windsor Castle? Or will the Queen have her head chopped off? I don't know where I was going with this.
Careful. That's
I don't want to
treason.
commit. I haven't put a stamp upside
Star
down.
pass from Windsor. So Riley Cyrus will be your active point scorer.
Oh no, there's hats
And
on the
as
floor.
pointed out by Dork Mistress,
I don't know
now
if
the
you can
jam will go the 2 minutes. Head cover, helmet cover, falling on the floor. Riley Cyrus hip to the script.
and a track cut being given, so a little bit of a let's call it a boo-boo there for Windsor, unfortunately. I don't want to be cruel, but damn. Which means, who have we got jamming? It is Drew Dropper for Rebellion, not lead, so this jam will continue for the next 16 seconds. Can grab a few more points out of what started off as not a great situation for Rebellion, but boom, don't call it a comeback.
Been here for at least 20 minutes. So,
I'm now dancing, I don't know why.
hey,
I said I'm just doing a dance for no
it's fine, it's fine. You go ahead and dance.
So Rebellion with 96, Royal Windsor with 30 on the points board. Rebellion will be starting this jam in a power jam situation for them. And we're just going to have the track repaired. 5 seconds has been called, so they've obviously got to clear the track up in 5 seconds. No, no pressure, love, number 7, but 5 seconds been called. I'm only joking. You take your time because safety.
Is paramount.
And I was going to say sexy, but we'll go with paramount instead.
Sorry,
They
should have wrote it down.
They say it in Whip It.
Okay.
You know the bit where she gets a mouth guard and then
It's been a long time since I saw.
Although it's weird that she only gets a mouth guard for the game. But I mean, it's just details, isn't it? It's just small details.
Hey, look, it's the magic of Hollywood.
What, no one hurts their face until the game? Always wear a mouth guard, folks at home who play roller derby. Always.
Or any other contact sports.
Yeah, or even just at home if you like. Save your beautiful face. Oh, big hit there from Windsor, but it was no drama there for Ginger Snap, not the NSO, the skater, who is through for lead up against Riley Cyrus. Yeah, that track cut was pretty visual to see, unfortunately. Sorry, I can't grab the skater's name there, but they were kind of like hoisted back onto the track, and I was like, no, please stop. Rebellion, what have they done, James? Look at that scoreline.
Well, they have hit the century mark.
Come on, slap the century.
Okay, nobody slaps the century.
Slap the century with
Nobody
Come
slaps
on.
the century. Nobody.
I took it anyway.
You did take it anyway, by force.
Riley Cyrus talking about force, absolutely powering themselves around the track now there for Royal Windsor, but it is slightly in vain as the jam is called off. 10 points to nil, 106 pain 30, Rebellion v Windsor. Eight minutes left to go in this first game. James, I hate it when people say this, but I don't think the score is reflective of the play.
Look, well,
Because I feel like Windsor have put more into it than 30 points, if
but
that
I
makes
think,
sense.
what is unique about roller derby, because defence and offence are played concurrently, and the way the game is set up,
Good word.
it's almost designed for high scoring. Scores can get away from you quite quickly. So Windsor seemingly have a mountain to climb, but it's not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination.
James, did you eat a thesaurus for breakfast while I was eating a cookie? There's some beautiful words.
Just wordy and verbose.
And lead for Windsor, 3 out of 4, loving their style. Riley Cyrus, I believe that is, lead once more for the Windsor Castle. Fletcher, is lead. They're not Windsor Castle. Why have I said that, you idiot? Royal Windsor. Thanks, just let me say it. Windsor Castle.
Are you thinking about what activities you're going to do next weekend
Yeah.
on your own?
You're so mean. It is not a game of roller derby if I haven't got the team name wrong at least once. Oh, they're Rebellion so far. 100%.
You're doing well. Yeah.
Oh, I'll probably get it wrong in a minute.
So 110 for Rebellion, 34 for Royal Windsor.
Seven minutes left to go in this jam. Officials just taking a quick sip of water in the middle.
Got to stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated, kids, because it is warm and a little bit muggy.
You know what they say? If you're thirsty, it's too late. So,
Ooh.
Booty Vicious jamming for Rebellion. Tash Bandicoot jamming for Windsor. Looks like lead to Booty Vicious and Rebellion.
See, that's weird because there was quite a lot of thirsty people last night. I was like, why don't you just get a drink?
Should have done it earlier. Should have
done
kept
it
the cycle of hydration going.
Cycle of hydration.
Booty
That like
Vicious round
Maslow's
for
triangle. It doesn't matter.
Booty Vicious round
Oh,
for.
but what does matter, James? Sorry to
You carry on.
I
You
just got
carry on.
excited about actually talking about roller
Yeah,
derby
yeah.
for a second. Wonderful inside apex jump there for Booty Vicious of a Rebellion roller derby. Loving their work. Oh, they seemed pretty pleased with that, didn't they? Booty Vicious coming around, giving the crowd a little bit of a, giving them what they want.
Yeah, give the people what they want.
And what I would like is some stuff from Double Threat Skates.
Wouldn't we all?
Wouldn't we all? And they're one of our sponsors today. Fantastic Derby-owned roller skating facility. I mean, you probably can't roller skate there. I don't think they've got a track. But you could go and talk to Gaz or Kitty.
Or anyone who's in there. Talk to some of the revellers. Talk to somebody standing outside.
Yeah.
Convince them to come in with you.
That's a bit strange.
Is it?
Talk about bearings. Oh, would you get apex? I don't know anything about skating, obviously. Oh, would you get these wheels with like the durometers?
And it looks like we have an official review.
And we're just going to have a quick look at the penalty sheet. So Rosie Rocket Pants, unfortunately, is cracking the penalties out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 penalties. So they're in the hot zone. They're going to want to sort that out. Riley Cyrus with 4 as well. Obviously, no disrespect to the blockers, but it's always worrying when we've got jammers with high penalty scores. But Windsor, look at those low penalties. Look at it, James.
I'm looking.
Look at it, Bear. Look at it. So this is currently an official review, called by Windsor. We don't have any information just yet about what it's about. Roller Polar Bear, have you brought us the information? No. Have you brought me a coffee? Why are you here?
I mean, just to give you a peek behind the curtain, folks at home, who can get in touch with us on social media using the hashtag British Champs. Roller Polar Bear's doing his absolute best not to speak. And Cherry keeps asking him questions. Terrible. And now she's filming him against his will.
That made me sound terrible. He hasn't got a headset on, so he doesn't know what we're saying. So we still don't have all the information about this official review, so we can just tell you some more stuff, including our fantastic sponsors. As I said, Roller Derby City. If you don't know who Roller Derby City are, have you been living under a rock? Producer of fantastic apparel, including jumpers,
t-shirts,
bum bags,
socks,
tote bags,
flannels,
helmet covers,
helmet straps,
nice, badges maybe,
stickers.
Oh no, let's leave it at stickers.
Let's leave it at stickers.
Okay, so the official review was a track cut was asked for, but no call stands. Thank you, wonderful producer, for giving us that information.
But straight out of the gates, quickly in, quickly out is Fletcher for Royal Windsor, picking up a quick lead jam.
But it looks like they called it off straight away. No points scored there. Potatoes for everybody. Rebellion with 123 taking on Windsor's 34. Ever so close to stretching it out to a century lead. That's like,
Is it?
Yeah, because it's like century, lead, like stretch.
Okay.
I mean, there are hand signals that go with this, but again, we don't have a camera, so you can't see us.
Yeah.
And I did my face.
Probably better off not seeing it, to be honest.
I'm trying to get a date for next Saturday. You could help.
Ask your husband. Dewdropper jamming for Rebellion. And Dewdropper is lead for Rebellion.
Looks like that's Riley Cyrus. No, it's Asterix. Not seen them jamming yet today. So first time jamming for Asterix. Will they be able to put some hassle in the Windsor Castle?
Hey, rhyming.
Like it, hey.
Solid rhyming conventions. Yes, snaps.
Or what's it when you do if someone's hard to hear and you do that, don't you?
Yes.
It's that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good.
Jazz hands, hand ringing is what Cherry's doing there.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite visual.
So Dewdropper trying to twist and turn her way around the opposition's hips, but just clipped off to the inside.
Wonderful work here for the Rebellion defence. Always good. Look at this, when you've got everyone on track. Banging defence. Banging is just my word of the moment.
That's fine. It is helpful to have all 4 blockers on track. Many hands make light work.
Thank you, wise old roller derby man. You should be a coach. Or just, Instagram quotes.
I just write little things underneath pictures of cats.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be my job.
Do it. It's your calling. Dewdropper up against Timney.
not Tinny.
Tinny. Thinking about having a special brew.
Yeah.
Can't help myself. Not a special brew, as if. I'd have a mojito in a can.
I'm trying my darndest to keep it together here. 123 to Rebellion Roller Derby, 39 to Royal Windsor Roller Derby, jam called. And what looks like 2 and a 7-point jam for
Look over the barrier, James.
Windsor.
Do it.
3 points picked up on that jam for Rebellion. And a timeout called now.
Oh, look at the penalty box though for Rebellion. So Windsor will have a wonderful advantageous moment in a few seconds' time as they have no pivot and no jammer to deal with. They can just deal with their own jazz.
Yeah. Power start and the
Pivot free start.
yeah.
Although if you haven't got a jammer, without being mean, the pivot's just another day, isn't it?
I mean, until the jammer.
What
gets
is
on
a
the
pivot
track,
without
like
a jammer?
a pivot?
Yeah, but what are they?
Well, because you would still surely you could just. I mean, if there were to be a star pass,
But they
You
can't
would
because
be-
there's no jammer.
but wouldn't you just be laying in wait for the jammer to come back on?
So as the pivot, you're always the jammer's bridesmaid. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I'm saying as the pivot, you're always the pivot.
Okay, I like it. I love it.
So Windsor with taking scoring opportunities from 5 jams, but not able to capitalise and shut Rebellion out and stop them scoring on those jams. And again, that evidenced in the scoreline of 126 to 41.
Massive hit there, straight out the gates there by Hench, number 69. Wonderful work there. As we see Tasha Bandicoot jamming for Royal Windsor, through for lead, but Hench is back for another go, but denied because Spencer's out of play with the strong hand. I don't know why I'm shouting. Chill out, sorry.
The strong hand of Sven signalling the out of play. Tash Bandicoot, lead jammer, 126 plays, 41.
Beautiful defence here from Windsor. Not had too much opportunity to really hone in on this Windsor defence, so it is great that we've had this chance to have a quick look, see what they can do. Great work. And also, maybe if you were one of the teams who are going to play them tomorrow, have a little watch. Just saying.
Riley Cyrus doing a good job of switching from defence to offence there.
Beautiful work there from number 13. That is Boris. Not only a tip-top jammer, tip-top blocker. Oh, we could call them a double threat, just like double threat skates. In that there London.
That's a solid segue.
Well done, Terry. Also, I believe double threat skates are here as well. So if you are getting on the bus tomorrow to come down and see us, go and check them out. I think I've seen Gaz here looking cool.
I mean, if you're getting on the bus tomorrow, you're gonna have to leave pretty early.
We left early.
Yeah.
I mean, we drove because,
Yeah.
you know, we're high flyers.
Well, yeah, is the answer to that one.
So 1 minute and 7 left in this first half. This first half, James Brown, I feel has flown by. Like the wings of a dove.
Like the wings of a dove.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Ginger snaps the jammer for Rebellion against Fletcher. And Ginger snaps at the front of the shop, twisting and turning against Riley Cyrus, who whilst she manages to slow Ginger Snaps down, she does not manage to stop her. Out of the pack, lead jammer once again for Rebellion.
Oh, beautiful work up that inside line there for Fletcher. Beautiful toe stoppery.
Nice.
You are welcome. And Ginger Snaps takes that inside line that was a little bit more open than the time that Fletcher had to like through it. 1-3-5 taking 45. So Rebellion not yet able to stretch out a century lead, but keeping this lead at a good distance. Oh, look how much you can see the in-house announcers.
It's crystal clear.
I didn't realise that when I was dancing around like an idiot earlier.
Oh, you
so
know.
hi if you saw that.
And Windsor doing an excellent job of damage limitation, despite Ginger Snaps having lead jammer and not giving any quarter and she's having to work for every step, every inch that she gets.
Yeah, that beautiful Windsor defence that, as I said before, we weren't really getting much opportunity to look at, but this jam has gifted it to us, which I've been very much enjoying. There's some whoops and cheers going on in the in-house crowd. Might be from the other track, so the Just One Body track. Don't know what's going on over there. Not interested right now. Packs a bit all over the shop right now. We're going to need to see everybody kind of like zoosh, zoosh. You know when you pinch an iPhone picture, zoosh, pinch it back together.
Other mobile phones are available.
They are, but I mean, iPhone for life for me, sorry.
You know, you need a 3.5 mil input, don't you? That's the problem with the iPhone now.
Okay. And that is your intermission, wonderful folks at home.
Yeah.
So, Rebellion Roller Derby with 140, Royal Windsor Roller Derby 45 here on the Roller Derby City track at the British Championships 2018 promotional playoffs. We will be back with you in about 13 minutes, because we'll do a little intro.
Yeah, so this is your opportunity to sort out your post, make yourself a cup of tea, set all the things you need to record on the planner, come back and see us.
All right.
Yeah.
Will do.
Welcome back to the Roller Derby City track, guys. I know you're eager to find out how this game will end, and more importantly, you're chewing at the bit to know what's going on with James Brown, Very Cherry and Duck Mistress.
Hello.
And you're in the right place to find out.
We are just chilling here on the balcony here in the beautiful Stoke, looking down on the peasants below us, and by peasants I of course mean fantastic roller derby athletes, roller
of
derby
course,
fans.
Of course.
There's a few people over there on their phones. I've never seen so many people looking in their screens, looking at such websites that begin with T and end in Indo.
Okay, sorry.
Do you want to have a look? Dork Mistress has got it on her app. We're going to have a look in a minute. Bet she has. Hit us up. I'm just waffling now because we've got a minute to go, and I thought we had things to say, but we haven't.
Oh, we can say other stuff. Let's have a recap. Score is currently 140 to 45. Rebellion playing Windsor, of course.
Don't forget that this game does mean that the winner goes straight through to the final tomorrow at 4:30. T2 women's final. Winners of this game 6 and the winner of game 8, which is later today, which is London versus Norfolk, London versus Norfolk. I can't do accents, as we all know, which is the game that will be straight after this. The person who does not win, so has a big L on their forehead, I'm only joking, the person who does not win will go through to game 12 tomorrow at 11:30 and play for the kind of 3rd, 4th place on the Roller Derby City track in front of your very eyes. And if you can't catch any of the action or want to tell us what's going on in your lives during this roller derby excitement, hashtag us British Champs.
Yeah, guys, get in touch on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and the Gram, and drop us a little photograph. Let us know what you're doing whilst watching the game. Boris jamming for Rebellion out and lead. Fletcher, the jammer for Royal Windsor. Boris back on the approach, acres of space on the outside line. A change of pace sees Boris straight through for a 5-point pickup.
And currently, if we look at the points, Rebellion Roller Derby now 100. They do have the century lead as the score is standing at 145 to 45.
The lead of the century.
The lead of the century, like sale of the century, but in a lead scenario. Just assessing who was getting up and who was not just quickly there. Camera panning round so we can see everybody just having a little look at roller derby with their eyes.
Boris taking the opportunity to have a look and see where the jammer is and electing to call the jam.
Nice. Our house announcers have suddenly become very loud. I think we put an extra battery into Panda. Suddenly can hear them from out of nowhere. So hello to Scary and Panda down there, being our wonderful house announcers. Roller Derby is brought to you by many, many voices, not just me and James, although frankly, maybe that is all you need.
I mean, I have often heard you referred to as the voice of roller derby, so, you know.
Anyone who can hear us is giving us daggers right now. I'm only joking. What I am alluding to, though, is that there is so many volunteers here today bringing this game to you, whether you're here in the venue, whether you're online. I mean, they're the only two options, really, but there's a lot of people here to help, and there's a lot of people watching Rebellion versus Royal Windsor, Drew versus Head Casey.
You know, just to extend that point you made, as the great philosopher Bono once said, takes a village to raise a child. And of course, all of the hard-working volunteers in this scenario of the village and roller derby is the child being raised by the village of volunteers.
Please stop.
Never.
No more Bono facts. Head Casey coming up against that lovely wall of wind. Just thinking of Bono. Get out of my head. I had it on the edge of my tongue there.
Hey.
Oh, I still got it. Boop, boop.
Solid wordplay, solid wordplay.
Are you just thinking of U2 puns?
No, I was about to say Dewdropper with some fancy footwork spinning away through the opposition blockers.
Not, is the jam line a street with no name?
No, it's
Because
not.
it has got a name, which
Yeah.
is Radar Wheels.
Now that was a segue.
Just laughing at myself, I'm an idiot. Drew Dropper versus Head Casey, 170 to 49. 26 minutes to go in this exciting second half. Excuse me. I am excited for the next game as well, as much as this game is great, where we see London Norfolk, who, as I said at the top of the game, will be the rival of whoever wins this game. Will it be Rebellion versus London? Will it be Windsor versus Norfolk? Dunno.
Who knows? Of course, Rebellion at the moment in the ascendancy, but with 26 minutes of game played left, anything could happen.
Is that a U2 song?
That is, I think it's like, what's her name? She had an undercut and she won some award, which was like the Rising Star Award of the
Avril Lavigne?
Ellie Goulding.
Oh, her. Similar. And lead for Royal Windsor. Beautiful work there from Asterix. Only seen Asterix coming out to jam a couple of times now, but every time they've been on, seem to be doing a stellar job. I just get excited at random moments of roller derby, as we all know. Big hits at the front of the pack there. Number 20, that is Wreckham Ralph, absolutely wrecking up this pack. Doing the business.
Doing the business. And also doing the business is Asterix, who is lead jammer. He was called the jam.
Oh, good. Do you need to burp?
There was some, you know, air there.
Just let it out. The folks at home won't mind, as long
I
as you
bet
say
they would.
excuse me.
I mean, it's, you know, you got headphones on, you don't want that in you.
What, like?
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
The loudest 5 seconds has ever been called there. And I've just been passed a note like at school, but rather than meet me at the bike shed, it says first time Windsor have scored and Rebellion did not.
And that,
Damn.
That is the kind of thing that Windsor have got to do. They're going to have to, you know, get the jammer out quickly and put some points on the board and try and stem the stop the bleed.
Yeah, you want to be
almost.
scoring and not letting them score, because if it's even Stevens with the score deficit like this,
Yeah.
it's not going to crack a nut, is it?
Exactly. No
I've
nuts.
never used that
No
expression
nuts will be
before.
cracked. But you're right. Windsor can't afford to
often
trade points at this point.
Oh, that was close to the line there, but fantastic footwork there from Fletcher once more. Fletcher really giving us a masterclass in toe stoppery, which is a little bit like when you have a plant in a glass bottle. What's the name? That's got a name? Terranium-y, you know, made sense.
No, you just put an E on out of nowhere. It's not terranium, eh?
Well, what if you were doing it while holding a plant in a glass bottle?
Surely it would still be
Should've.
terranium.
So second jam in a row there for Windsor, scoring, not only scoring James Brown, not only scoring, but Rebellion scoring nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
With the
yeah.
air grab, I will
The
demonstrate that to
the
you.
power grab.
So Tash Bandicoot up against Extra Celestial. Looks like we've got a beautiful empty penalty box there. So all good. Big hit there from number 2, that is Doyle, but Windsor's jammer there, sorry, Tash was able to use Doyle's hips as some kind of like propellation, propelness for propelling.
Propulsion. There you go. Excellent body control by Tash Bandicoot. Able to ride the contact, remain upright and inbounds.
Especially after that propulsion.
Especially after that propulsion, you're right.
Look at Blitzkrieg, looks excited to be here, doesn't he? Typical bench manager stance. I'm gonna have my arms folded until you do something.
Steal. So lead jammer to Windsor.
Yeah, Windsor really having made the most of their half-time oranges, I have to say.
Yeah.
Star is off for, I think, the first time as well for Rebellion. So now they are kind of coming, falling victim of some of the tricks that were played to them in the first half. And by tricks, I mean excellent roller derby, of course.
Indeed, the shoe is now on the other foot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that a U2 song?
Yes.
Is it?
Where the shoes have no feet. So Windsor with a 5-point jam there, and able, as said by yourself, to hold Rebellion to 0 points. So now they try and claw themselves back into the game.
James, may I interject and just say to you there, Rebellion not scored for 3 jams now. That's once, twice, 3 times a no-scoring jam.
And Booty Vicious intending to change that narrative, but it is interesting how you can benefit from a half-time break. And once again, Royal Windsor with the lead jammer.
Booty Vicious there with the star in hand. So once more, seeing Rebellion getting a tiny taste of their own medicine, which at this level of roller derby play, we're in a tournament situation where the teams have, you know, battled their rivals to get here. We should be seeing like really similar strong athletic play. Just wanted to make sure it was strong.
But I guess it's, you know, the format sometimes when it's this kind of playoff knockout situation, it's a little bit different because you have to approach it differently. Like in a league format, you can sort of you chip away at the competition over time, whereas you know, in these settings you've got a weekend.
Do or die.
Yeah, you got to make it count. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow, Rock. It's from Rocky 3. That's what Apollo Creed says to Rocky, to get him ready to fight Mr. T.
I mean, to be fair, none of us know that there is a tomorrow, so you better crack on today. So in the last 4 jams, we have seen Rebellion with 0 points, but Windsor 14. Now, if anyone's like, oh, Cherry, why are you saying it in that voice? It's because, look at the scoreline. Rebellion 147, Royal Windsor 67. Windsor at the start of this game really trailing behind, but bam, those half-time oranges. And we've got Boris versus Fletcher once more jamming, but Boris has taken the jammer star off. They are holding it in their hand because they have not had lead for a few jams now. But I believe we have now got a power jam situation because Fletcher is sitting in the penalty box. Boris is your active and only jammer right now. They've now put the hat back on, and this jam will run for the full length. So 1 minute 17, James, to get all your U2 puns out of your system. Like a fly.
Is that a U2 song?
I don't know many U2 songs because I'm cool.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, ask a dad.
Band-Aid.
Gotta let them go. So Boris through that wonderful wall of defence from Windsor. Fletcher up on their feet, coming to join Boris on the track. But this jam still has 50 seconds. 50 seconds, James, left to run. So I think we're going to see quite the points buffet today.
And Boris not only a fast jammer, but very strong as well. And this is not the jammer that Royal Windsor want to allow to build up a head of steam.
No, not at all. But yet there they are. Oh, beautiful work there from Fletcher. Straight through, no messing, no worrying about your plant in a glass bottle. Straight through.
Straight in, straight out. No, what, terranium me?
No time for plants. Oh, there's a few whistles being called there, but is it just to signal the end of the jam? Yeah, I think it is. So we have got 17 minutes left to go in this exciting game. Rebellion 193, Royal 77.
So better jam for Rebellion.
Definitely. 19 points played to 10.
Yeah, but Windsor will still be able to take heart from their performance so far in this half.
Beautiful work here from both packs. I love it when both packs do exactly the same to hold the jam, that kind of tripod with one extra person, and again, nearly was going to say the code word we use at CCR, but I kept it quiet. And I believe we've had a star pass for Windsor, so for Rebellion. Tash Bandicoot is your active and lead jammer for Windsor, and it looks like we have Vicky Vale as your jammer for Rebellion. We get to see some of their fantastic skate skills, but the jam is called 0-2 Royal Windsor. I kind of want to call Royal Windsor like Royale with cheese.
Okay. But isn't that only relevant on the continent? Isn't that what they call it in France?
I don't know. It just made me think of it, and I'm hungry.
Okay.
If anyone, thanks, mate. If anyone could bring me a Royale with cheese, with gherkins, of course, hit me up. Are you a gherkins in or out?
I like gherkins, yeah.
Let's do it.
It's the meat part that I...
Oh, sorry, I forgot you were a one of them.
Yeah. You don't have to apologise.
I'm not. One blocker apiece in the penalty box for both packs, but we do see Drew drop her through once more for lead, and a quick star pass over from Head Casey to Naz T. Thank you for the scoreboard being operated just quick enough for me to not sound like an idiot. So Rebellion 4-0 in that jam, 197 taking on 79. Rebellion had a few kind of iffy jams, if you will, in a point scoring scenario. Obviously the gameplay was still tip top, but we have now seen Rebellion coming back into the point scoring. 4-0 in that jam, as I just said, and everyone's going to cluster up the front.
And of course Royal Windsor can't afford to let another run of scoringless jams happen like they had in the first half.
But it looks like Rebellion have maybe had a quick word with themselves or something, because they are getting their stuff back together. Beautiful defense at the start here, denying Fletcher the opportunity to grab lead, as Boris is doing exactly the same at the back of the pack, coming up against that Windsor defensive mode.
Laptails just able to catch Boris, and now Timney taking Boris off to the inside. Fletcher, the first jammer, back on track. And space on the inside for Fletcher, so despite being taken down, she's still out and lead. Boris taken down on the outside, quickly back up.
As we go into the final quarter of this game, don't forget this game is for a place in the final tomorrow. And there is, for this category, like a consolation game, isn't there? Yes.
We have had a star pass for Rebellion, so Vicky Vale, the active point scorer for Rebellion.
Alrighty then, 5-0 there for Royal Windsor. Great jam for them. Not the kind of jams that Rebellion are going to want to be seeing, because they, I mean, in this game, It is win or lose. There's no points differentiation. You don't need to get your algorithms in a twist.
I mean,
just win the game.
My algorithms are firmly untwisted.
Whoever wins this game, and I've got it on good authority.
Great authority.
Will be promoted to Tier 1 next year.
Well, as we said earlier, this is for all the marbles.
It really is, and we don't yet know who the teams will be in Tier 1. But this year we had some fantastic attendees, which included Liverpool Rollerbirds, we had London Rockin' Rollers, we had Glasgow, and then we had Central City Roller Derby, who are my league, so therefore fantastic.
El Championes.
The champions indeed. I was going to bring my gold medal, but I was told that I might look like a bit of a...
No, if you got a medal, wear it. I still wear medals that I've won.
What, from like Year 6 karate?
Yeah.
Nice.
And the egg and spoon race in 1985.
I mean, Brit Champs egg and spoon race, it doesn't matter. Wear your medals with pride, folks. If you've earned it, definitely wearing it tomorrow then. So yeah, a massive amount of marbles to play for in this game then. A chance to ascend into Tier 1. And especially exciting because they don't know what teams they're going to get.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, exciting. Brit Champs is hotting up next year, folks. Lovely bit of rough and tumble play here for both packs as both jammers desperately trying to break their way through from their respective rivals. 10 points to 0 in that one. So Rebellion have cracked the double century. James, do you want to slap the century?
Nobody snaps the century though.
210 taking on 84, 13-0 in that.
Yeah, but no, nobody snaps the century.
In that jam, and Rebellion kind of having the jam that they've been sort of waiting for the past couple of jams, would you not say?
Definitely 100%.
So Rebellion have not scored that many times in this second half, but boy oh boy, James Brown, when they score they do. Let me hit you with some stats. In the first jam they scored 11, then they scored 23, then we had to wait until jam 7 to get 19 points, and then we just had a 13 points pass. Damn, Rebellion, damn. There is so much happening. The screen cannot contain all the roller derby. So don't adjust your eyes, kids, or think you've got to buy a widescreen telly. It's just that there is so much to look at.
Booty Vicious powering her way through, not once but twice. Once for lead jammer and twice to get her way through the pack. On a scoring pass for a 4-point pickup.
Nice bit of jam ref in there from Trey Crawl. We can see him adding the points up behind his arm, behind his back. Crafty hands, collecting the points one at a time. I mean, that's what you're meant to do as a jam ref, really, isn't it? Collect points. You are the points collator and distributor.
Yes.
Awesome.
Distribute to the world.
Oh, Rebellion. We've just noticed the penalty box is looking a little bit like the Glebe will be later. Apparently that's the pub we're all going to. And here they all come out of there, but Rebellion not going to be so happy with that because Windsor are in the lead points-wise in this jam, but obviously Rebellion are in the lead overall for the game. There's 218 takes on 96. 10 minutes left of this first half. Of second half, James. Come on, correct me.
Look, you're, you know.
Irrecorrectable.
Well, yeah. You're irrepressible.
Irrecorrectable. That's the Beyonce song?
Yes, it is. I don't know. The only Beyonce album I've ever listened to was Lemonade. Because of Tidal. Took it all off Spotify.
Oh. You're a bit of a late bloomer with Beyonce then, aren't you?
I mean, you know. Yeah. I've listened to Destiny's Child.
Royal Windsor, we were too busy talking about who our favourite member of Destiny's Child was. Clearly.
Everyone's favourite member is Beyonce.
So Royal Windsor have slapped the century mark with 100 points. So Windsor 100 with a 16-point jam just then, and Rebellion with 222. Nice work.
Solid desks now. There you go.
222. Plays 100. Boris versus asterisks right now, but it is Boris through. They've grabbed lead for about the 900th time in this game. Wonderful work there from your jammer extraordinaire, Boris. Asterix coming up against quite a tough wall of rebellious blockers at the front. Yep, there's the star going off. Pivot is in the correct place, but look at that Rebellion know-how, knowing that it's time to push the pivot. I've never used that expression. I quite like it. Push the pivot.
Hey, it sounds like the title of your autobiography.
Push the pivot?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the title of my autobiography was something like, I didn't mean to do it, I'm sorry,
I mean,
I'll just go now.
The title of your autobiography is I Love Bon Jovi Unconditionally, surely.
True, I do love them. I also love watching Nasty. We've had a star pass for Windsor coming up against that inside, but they have earned themselves, unfortunately, a cut track penalty. So Rebellion with, where's Boris gone? Is your lead situation, as we've now got 10-0, 3-2-32 taken on 102. One apiece in the penalty box. 7 minutes left to go in this game, and we have had a timeout called to Windsor, which is perfect opportunity for me to say thank you to our fantastic sponsors here today. We have got Radar, who are sponsoring your MVP and the jam line. So the MVP wins the jam line, gets to take it home with them, which is exciting. That might be a total lie, obviously. Double Threat Skates, who are here and sponsoring and making sure everybody is tip-top in the skate world. Just One Body is your track sponsor on To The Track. And Roller Derby City is where it's at, James.
Definitely, definitely. RDC is the one for me.
For James and VC.
Okay.
Penalties, eh? So Rosie Rocket Pants, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so Rosie, I'm going to give you some credit now because 6 penalties, eek, but you've kept off that 7th spot for a long time now. So credit where credit is due, Rosie. This is where someone's going to tell me now that they haven't actually played.
Well, it would be nice to get a look at some details of lineup tracking to see how many jams she'd been on since getting the 6th penalty.
Okay, well, we'll find out later. Maybe bring that to you later, or maybe in the morning.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, we won't, will we?
No, but you know, one could hope.
We'll think about it. Nice big 5 seconds called there by our wonderful non-skating officials. As we said, power jam situation for Rebellion. So Ginger Snaps has the run of the mill while Nasty is sat down in the penalty box. Without being a discredit to Nasty, don't forget they were a jammer because of a star pass. So this is quite a good tactic for Rebellion to ice a non-jammer, jammer, pivot jammer, if you know what I mean. Yes, you do.
I know. We know what you mean.
Good.
Speaking for the millions watching at home.
There's probably 7 people watching. But hello to all of you, and thank you for joining us. Oh, Nasty straight out the penalty box, and a beautiful inside there opened up for them to just come straight around. Points picked up there for Rebellion, but nothing picked up there for Windsor, so 5-0, 237, taken on 102, 6 minutes left to go.
So Rebellion looking to turn the screw now, really get that foot on the throat and edge away.
It's a bit mean.
Well, I mean, it's a turn of phrase.
It is.
So
is your mom, but I mean, I'm not going to use it right now.
It's not literal.
Drew drop her through for lead once more for Rebellion. Fletcher with the toe stop. Wonder Woman at the back of the pack there. Star is off, but the pivot is at the back of the pack, so probably won't be seeing a star pass just yet. And that is 8 leads in a row for Rebellion. So Windsor kind of had their moment 8 jams ago. They had a few little flurry, but Rebellion have really taken the castle and other such Windsor-y-like sayings.
Such as?
Ooh, Windsor.
As Barbara Windsor. Yeah.
We were going to do this game like the Windsor family.
Were we?
We spoke. Hang on. Did I have this conversation with you or Brom?
Couldn't have been me. Maybe it was me. We left very early in the
You
morning.
just deleted it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't think it was me.
Okay. I had a conversation about doing this game like one of the Windsor family. Maybe.
Well, you've still got just over 5 minutes.
No, I don't think the people need to hear that. They want to hear about 20 points in the bag for Rebellion. Wonderful work there for Drew Dropper. Drew been an absolute powerhouse of a jammer in this game. Maybe just like under Boris, but still doing absolutely fantastic work. Lovelock, now your jammer for the Windsor Roller Girls, as we've had a star pass, but it looks like they're just going to hang out and do some defense. Tactical move, especially when you've already bled out James. 30 points, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is the highest scoring jam we've had in this game. So my hat is dropped to you, Drew Dropper. And I'm going to go, I mean, the games I've watched, I'm going to say that 30 points is the biggest point score we've had in a game today, in a jam today, James. 35 points now been scored.
A higher jam
Has
from the
happened.
Rollerbillies.
Yeah, but they're over on the one body track, so
Okay, they don't exist.
forget about
Yeah.
it.
It's like, I don't know if you play computer games.
I do not.
Sometimes
Not a
you
gig.
can have different servers and they're like shut off from each other.
Oh.
So we're on one server and they're on another. Okay?
Oh.
Yeah. So in
Right.
this realm, the Rollerbillies don't exist.
Okay, yeah, let's go with that. I mean, we had an analogy about you two for longer than we needed to, so let's have the server analogy now. But we do have Boris and Tash Bandicoot up against each other. Looks like we have a clear penalty box, which is crucial in these dying minutes of the game. Multiplayer block being assessed to one of the blockers for Windsor, so Boris has got a few less people to wrap their hips around. 1 minute 30 still left to go in this jam. Lead is with Tash Bandicoot, who is at the front of that horrible looking pack there by Rebellion. But Tash is through, grabbing some much needed points for Windsor. Windsor, who are now into the 107 mark, and it's the first lead for Windsor in 9 jams. So imagine how many lives a cat has got.
Yeah.
That many?
Ah,
9.
9, yeah.
It's the first thing I thought of that had 9. Or members of Slipknot.
Are there 9 members of Slipknot?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're called the 9.
I like Earth, Wind and Fire.
They're really similar. I mean, if you play their music back to back, you wouldn't
Yeah.
know who was who.
Or if you play Earth, Wind and Fire backwards.
It sounds
it's
like
just
Wait and
Slipknot.
Bleed.
Yeah. So we've got a official timeout now.
So we can make more analogies between Earth, Wind and Fire and the Mighty Knot.
Sure. The Mighty Fire and the Mighty Knot.
I don't know any Earth, Wind and Fire songs, otherwise I can
I
make
bet
some
you do.
analogies.
I bet you do.
Well, maybe we'll have a dance later.
I'm almost 100% certain that you know Earth,
Let's have a
Wind and
dance
Fire.
later and we'll know.
Sure,
We'll
sure.
know. And then we'll put some knot on and have a dance to All Hope Is Gone.
I'm not really wearing the shoes for dancing. So.
You can dance in your heart, James.
Okay.
Just
okay.
like our hearts are full of love for Roller Derby and our wonderful sponsors. Let me read them out for you once more. Radar Wheels, Double Threat Skates, Just One Buddy, and Roller Derby City. 2 minutes and a little chunk left in this game. 2-7-2 for the Rebellion, 107 for the Windsor. 1 apiece in the box, and that's all the pivots. There is no pivot to be had. As we see Timney and Extra Celestial. Extra Celestial, we've not seen jamming for a little bit. Maybe this is a bit of fresh leg scenario. Fresh leg fever. Have that. Just laughing at myself for no reason. First time out jamming for Timney as well in this half. Oh, it's a fresh start fever for everybody.
Maybe Windsor trying to switch it up a little bit.
Or switch it around.
Yeah, trying to get somebody who's a bit more, you know, direct and aggressive on the jam line.
And also, with a couple of minutes left to go in this game, don't forget, both teams have got other games to come up, so you want to maybe rest some players or give some players a little bit of experience. However, I would say because they have come to the British Championships playoffs, I'm going to put it out there. I think these ladies and gents and folks have had a fair amount of track time already. in the build-up to get here. But as we all know, roller derby geeks, we cannot get enough track hog for life.
Hey, look, this, you know, that's what you sign up for. If you're playing roller derby, the last thing you're going to be worried about is skating. You know what I mean?
It's all
Because
I
that you've
worry
got
about.
to do. That's what you've got to do.
You gotta skate, yo. So these teams have played 4 games each. I can't read because you're right-handed. That's why producers should always be left-handed. 4 games each to get here to the playoffs. Thank you for the actual facts. Not facts that Bear tells you, because they are definitely pork pies. Booty Vicious up against Tash Bandicoot. 1 minute 18 left to go in this period. Full 2 minutes left to go in the jam, of course. James, is this going to be the last period of this game? Jam of this game?
It may very well be. And a full credit to both teams here, because neither one of them, with just a minute left, and the score's 2-7-6 to 1-1-1, have seemed to take their foot off the gas. And we have a star pass now.
No, you are correct, James. This has been a high-octane game for sure.
So Royal Windsor with the lead, and a star pass from Booty Vicious to Vicky Vale, the active point scorer for Rebellion. Big shot from Naz T onto Vicky Vale. A nasty shoulder there. She picks up a penalty.
Oh, my God. Late hit, so a misconduct penalty there for Naz T. Looks like we do have time for one more jam. But obviously Windsor will be starting 1 down as Nasty's in the penalty box. Looks like for a second there that they were signalling 2 to the penalty box. I don't know if they got a hit penalty and then a misconduct penalty. Yes, they did. So Nasty will be sitting out for the rest of the game. And Boris is through for lead up against Timney for Royal Windsor. Lovely work there from Timney, coming around the shoulders of Rebellion. 280-115. So I think it's safe to say that Rebellion have got the win in the bag, but showing absolutely no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, at this point, both teams doing an excellent job of competing. And, you know, neither the winner and the loser have another game to play. So they've still got work to do.
A bit of a big hit there onto one of Windsor. I think that might have been Nasty as they came out of the penalty box. I'm just going to double check. From Timney, sorry, the jammer. So the jam was called for the injury. There is no time left, so this will be the official, this unofficial score at the moment, but there isn't really any time left, it looks like, on the clock to continue with the game. Always a bit of a sad moment to finish the game with an injury. We do have some fantastic medics on site who are looking after Timney, but that is the rest whistle, so that is the end of the game. 283-123 on the scoreboard at the moment. Rebellion obviously in the driver's seat here. So Rebellion will be going on to play in game 16 tomorrow, which is at 4:30. And they will be playing the winners of the next game here on the Roller Derby City track, which is London versus Norfolk. So stay tuned to watch that. We'll bring you, your other announcers will bring you the information about what's been happening on the other track and stuff like that in the next segue. And we're just going to wait for the final whistle before we do our little wrap up. And there we go. That is your final score then, folks. So Royal Windsor 123. Rebellion Roller Derby 283 points. A wonderful game of high-octane roller derby there, James.
Definitely, yeah. Some solid gameplay, some solid work tactically. Rebellion Roller Derby getting the victory and moving on to play the winners tomorrow.
And I do believe that in a couple of minutes we will be joined by one of our announcers who will be doing an interview with somebody from this game.
Yeah. If you stick around, we have some interviews from both teams, as far as I'm aware.
I believe the other team has happened, or it's about to happen, because there's people walking behind me. I don't know.
So we'll have some interviews for you if you stick around. And of course, guys, we have the hashtag British Championships, so feel free to get in touch with us. Let us know what you're doing. It's nearly 4 o'clock. I'm sure some of you have prepared your dinners. We want
Oh,
to.
I wish I had.
We want to know what you're having. We want to know what you're eating. So get in touch.
And get
Send
ready.
us some photos.
And get ready to watch a couple more games here today. So we have on this track at 4:30, we've got London versus Norfolk, who will be playing, as we said, the winner of this game tomorrow. And we also have at 4 o'clock over on the other track, the Just One Body track, at 4 o'clock, we have Dorset versus North Wales. Wales. I just felt like I was back at the rugby for a second then.
Sorry, is that your accent?
Yeah, that was my horrendous accent.
Nice.
All right, cool. So I think we are almost ready to hand over to Coco, who is doing some interviews. Yeah? Everybody's making a hand signal, but none of them make sense to me. Which ones are we doing? We good? Just say good then. We can't do any more hand signals. We don't know. Good. Everyone good? Everybody's good. Let's pass
There we
over
go.
to Coco, who will be doing our doing the interviews. Thank you for joining us. I've been Very Terry.
And I've been James Brown.